First and foremost, we all very well that Gladys Wanga was against Rigathi Gachagua going to pay his final visit to Raila Amolo Odinga after he had been buried. Of course, we know very well that suppose Rigathi Gachagua went during the burial, what could have happened? It could have been buried as usual. And Rigathi Gachagua was very wise and very smart. He knew very well that for me to avoid all these dramas, because everybody was there, people that used to attack Rigathi Gachagua, his enemy, actually, his enemies were there more than even the people that maybe were supposed to embrace him. The enemies were more than friends. That is what I wanted to say. I was looking for that. That his enemies were more than his friends during the Raila Amolo Odinga's burial. So that is why I decided that, okay, instead of going to this burial this day, let me postpone. I'll go later, because even those who went later, even those who have gone later, everybody has just paid his tributes to the late Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. But there is one person. Actually, there is one person who has been against Rigathi Gachagua. I don't know why. I don't know what Rigathi Gachagua did to her, but personally, I feel like she had got her own agenda, because she's the person that was pushing this narrative of that Rigathi Gachagua is not welcomed in Bondo. Rigathi Gachagua is not welcome. He should not even pay his last respect to the late Right Honorable Raila Odinga, even after Rigathi Gachagua said that he would go. Now, this person is Gladys Wanga, and I want us to talk a little bit about Gladys Wanga. Who is Gladys Wanga? Gladys Wanga is the governor of Homa Bay County. Being the governor of Homa Bay, she's been thinking, and she's also the chairman of ODM party, the chairperson of ODM party. So according to her, she thinks that she holds a very big position, that people should be listening to her speaking. That is not bad. You want people to listen to you, fine, well and good. It's not bad. But then the problem now is that you feel like you own everything, like everything that is happening in ODM, you are the person who owns it. That is now where the mistake is coming from. You feel like if people don't hear you, then nothing can happen. There is something that she said I think just a day or two after Rigathi Gachagua had leaked that he would go to Bondo. And I think majority of us had listened to this statement, but for the sake of those who didn't listen to it, let me just play it for you. Listen to this.
And we know that there is politicians like Kahiga, who in the life of Raila Amolo Odinga have used him as a bogeyman to scale their own political heights there. But it is shocking that they continue to make Raila a bogeyman in his death. And what I know is that Kahiga does not speak for himself. Kahiga is the spokesperson of Rigathi Gachagua. Rigathi Gachagua mocked Raila's illness and asked whether he was a virus and whether Kalonzo was a bacteria. To date, Rigathi Gachagua is yet to mourn Raila Odinga. Raila Odinga, who braved political tensions to go and mourn his brother, the late Nderitu Gachagua. And therefore, we note now that anyone who associates with Gachagua and his ilk, like Kahiga, cannot be our friend. The line is drawn. Yes. Any person who associates with Gachagua, Kahiga, they cannot be our friends. Yes. Whether they are in our party or outside our party. Yes. Kahiga has drawn the line. Yes. To mock, he has crossed the Rubicon. We have crossed that line now. To mock Raila Odinga in his death, to mock him in his life, we could respond. But to mock him in his death, no. Any person who associates with Gachagua, with Kahiga, with that lot, can never, ever be our friend. Because the principle is, the friend of your enemy is your enemy.
Now, that was Gladys Wanga trying to warn Rigathi Gachagua. And also, I don't know his name, but he said that he's the chairperson of ODM. I don't know in which village. I don't know. Also backed Gladys Wanga. And can I ask a question? Even though those guys said all those things, Gladys Wanga together with that man, do they really know the pain that Raila Odinga's family is going through, or has gone through since Raila Odinga died? Because suppose they knew the pain, suppose they had the pain, they could have not spoken the way they spoke. They could have not even stood firm and say that, oh, people are not welcomed here and all that. Because according to me, what I know is that every family has got a spokesperson. And it is through this spokesperson that the family should take a stand, whether to welcome people or not to welcome people. Now, yesterday, I don't know whether I don't know whether I don't know, but Rigathi Gachagua was supposed to go to Opodo Farm, and before he went, this is what Gladys Wanga said, that I have heard that Gachagua is coming to Bondo today. While we welcome him to Bondo, we can't forget the hostile, the hateful remarks he made about Raila Odinga during his illness. Those words left many of us in deep pain. Gladys Wanga, you are saying very well that those words left you in deep pain. Who are you in Raila Odinga's family? Or why is it that you are so much affected, or you were so much affected by this statement that came from Rigathi Gachagua? Of course, the statements were hostile, and we couldn't take them lightly. But now, measuring there, I think Rigathi Gachagua stated very well that those statements that he made were not personal. Actually, he didn't even know that Raila Odinga was sick. He was just making remarks, but the problem, sometimes politicians make remarks in there, whenever they make remarks, they make them politically. But then now when they come back and sit down, start analyzing what they've said, some of them regret what they've said. Now, in situations like this, whereby you're making a remark that you're not bacteria, Kalonzo Musyoka is not a virus, and then at the end of the day, you come to realize that the same person that you're making remarks on has passed on or has died. So it must hit you. But Rigathi Gachagua himself said that he didn't know that Raila Odinga was sick. He was just doing it in politics. I want us to understand each other here. I'm not defending Rigathi Gachagua. I'm not defending Kalonzo Musyoka. I'm not defending the statement that he made. I'm not attacking Gladys Wanga. I'm just talking about this thing because it's supposed to be spoken. It's supposed to be stated so well. Ruth Odinga is saying this, that the Jaramogi family aside, the Luo and Kikuyu nations have a long and winding history. Growing up, hatred between Kikuyu and Luo community was alien. We must rise above division, divisive ethnics, and understanding to forge a more united nation. So, in other words, what Ruth Odinga, that is Raila Odinga's sister, is trying to say is that in as much as we might have, in as much as maybe there was that hatred long time ago between the Luos and Kikuyus, and I think I explained this thing so well where it started. It started a long time ago during the time that Jaramogi Oginga Odinga together with Jomo Kenyatta were enemies. That is back in 1960s when we were approaching independence, whereby now they disagreed, and one person went and took almost all the lands, grabbed the lands, and another person was against it and also went and formed his own political party. That is when all these things started. But should we measure there? That is the question. Are we supposed to measure there? That, oh, now simply because now this thing started a long time ago, now that is what we're supposed to work on. Luos and Kikuyus have been great enemies of all the time. So there should be they should not be given that room, all those things. We should go past that. We should be past that. And that is exactly what Ruth Odinga is saying. So Ruth Odinga was trying to warn people like Gladys Wanga, people like this governor of Nyeri County, Mutai Kaiga, that you guys, you talk about what you're talking about, but don't include Luos, don't include Kikuyus, because if we try to compare the statement that was made by Mutai Kaiga and the statement that was made by Gladys Wanga, those two guys are in the same WhatsApp group. It's only that they're coming from different communities. Our community, one community is trying to defend itself. One person is trying to defend one community. The other person is trying to expose the other community. But all in all, they're in the same WhatsApp group. Because one thing that could have happened was that these guys could have stopped this narrative. Because you see, once Gladys Wanga is saying that we don't welcome Rigathi Gachagua in Nyanza, it means that any moment a Luo leader wants to go to Central Province or Mount Kenya, and then the Mount Kenya community says that we can't welcome anybody. We can't welcome anybody from Luo land simply because they also didn't welcome us when we went to pay our tributes to the late Right Honorable Odinga. It will bring a lot of confusion, a lot of chaos here and there. So such kind of things are supposed to be looked at very deeply and very keenly. Because if you don't look at those things deeper like that, then a lot of issues might arise. Tom Ojienda, that is the governor, was also saying this statement, which I would like us to listen to. Tom Ojienda was saying that we've welcomed Rigathi Gachagua. He's saying that we've welcomed Rigathi Gachagua without even knowing whether Rigathi Gachagua has gone to bond or not.
I'm glad today that the former Deputy President Gachagua is in Bondo. Right now, he's in Bondo, mourning with the family. Dong Manober. Yeah, it shows that, and when you die, even those who did not like you in life should come and pay homage to you. And that shows you how great Raila Amolo Odinga was as a leader. Gachagua is by the graveside mourning. That is a good thing. That is how this country should be. Let us not keep away people and tell them not to come to our region. Let everybody come to this region and mourn with us.
I don't know. I really don't know. And one thing I have to say is that, you see, we are past that stage whereby people used to do things simply because they knew that Raila Odinga was around. And mark you, Oburu Odinga is not somebody that will give you free ticket. You'll work for it. All these people, they're going to work for these tickets. The last story is this one. Kenyans are tired. Kenyans are tired, have been tired of this narrative. Kenyans are tired of these statements every now and then. Kenyans are tired of what's going on. And that is why you find out that they can do anything to make sure that William Ruto gets the message. Now, yesterday, a group of Kenyan citizens were walking along the streets with the wheelbarrows. The same wheelbarrows that William Ruto used during his campaign are the same wheelbarrows that right now people are using to sing new songs. They are singing that Kasongo, this is the song that they are singing, Kasongo must go.
Na Kenya iko vibaya, ni nani ataokoa Kenya? Kasongo must go. He has to go. Kasongo must go. Ni lazima aende. Kasongo must go. Anakwenda na vibaraka wake wote. Kasongo must go. Wameharibu elimu Kenya. Kasongo must go. Wameharibu sekta ya afya. Kasongo must go. Kila siku ahadi za uongo. Kasongo.
Because they're trying to pass a message about the economy. The problem is that even if they pass this message, our people, our leaders don't listen. Our leaders can't take these things seriously. I don't know why. I don't know why these people don't normally take what Kenyans are doing or what Kenyans are crying about very serious. But suppose they took them serious, then we could not have all these problems that we're having. But one thing we have to say, or one thing we have to talk about is the way this country is being run. This country is under siege, and we are in the hands of people who don't care. That is the main problem that we have right now. We're being led by people who don't even care. They don't care about what's going on. They don't care about our feelings. They don't care about anything. They're just here. They're just doing whatever they want to do simply because they feel like that is exactly the right thing that is supposed to be done. And I said that there is a difference between citizens' wants and citizens' needs. So if the country will understand the difference between these two things, then we can't be in a mess. We can't have all these problems that we're having right now. There is a want and a need. What do we want and what do we need? After these leaders will know all the difference, differentiate between these two things, I don't think if they will have any problem. I don't think if there will be any problem at all. After all, guys, that is just my thought, and that is all I have for now. Let me also know what you think at the comment section, but don't forget to drop me your comment. Tell me where you're watching this video from. If you're within the country, tell me which part of the country you're watching from. And if you're outside the country, you can also tell me which country, or drop me the flag at the comment section, and I'll figure it out by myself. And all in all, fellow Kenyans, don't forget to subscribe, because by subscribing, you register at any moment there is a video that has been uploaded, you'll get it very easily. Until we meet again, I have been your host, Boniface Avina. Bingo.